TET viewers, you're here with me, Suyo, on another special interview. Every week I've been talking to organizations and we're talking about how we can tackle mental health awareness in Tamil men especially. And this week we are going to talk to some of the team behind Mr. Tamil Canada, an event happening on June 1st. And we're going to talk about how we can create awareness to this amazing event. And today, first I have Miss Jenna Bhaskaran with me. Hi Jenny, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. So we know you from Palm Roots, right? Jenny associated with Palm Roots. So you are here today to talk about mental health, especially in men. And you are helping out with the, our event, Mr. Tamil Canada.
Yes.
So it's happening on June 1st, 2019, of course. So Jenny, tell us, how did you get involved with Mr. Tamil Canada?
So at the beginning of this year, I kind of made up my mind that along with Palm Roots, I wanted to do something on the side. And one of the things that always kind of I had in the back of my mind was mental health awareness. And as an artist, it's like I've always had art to kind of lean back on anytime I was feeling down. And I noticed that art really helped. So I wanted to use the whole initiative about art for mental health along with a friend of mine and do projects for that. So then one day, just randomly on Facebook, I saw a post that said, we're starting up an event called Mr. Tamil Canada to focus on Tamil men's mental health. And right away, I was really excited because I've been waiting for an opportunity to work with a team like this.
Right.
And the fact that it's organized by a group of very successful Tamil men who are all openly, confidently coming out and speaking about an issue like this was such a nice thing to see. So I wanted to do my share and be involved with the event.
Nice. So what are you going to be doing for the event?
So as a photographer, I think one of the benefits I have and one of the most rewarding things I have with my job is that I get to make people happy when I take photos of them. And I've seen that so many times at photo shoots when I take photos, especially of men, because girls are used to taking more photos, I think. So when I take pictures of men and then show them what it looks like, it's like that instant smile on their face. And it's like, oh, that's me. I look great. And like that boost of confidence I'm able to give feels like such a huge responsibility. And I could make use of that with this show as well.
Right.
So I will be doing a couple of photo shoots for the contestants. And it's my way of appreciating the contestants for coming out and saying, hey, you know what? We're all being part of the show. We're publicly coming out to be part of this pageant, but at the same time, raise awareness for mental health for Tamil men.
And what do you think, in terms of mental health, do you think we can create awareness through this event? Like, what do you personally feel?
We can create awareness, but I think the main problem is right now, one of the things we have is that with women, like let's say me and you have a conversation, easily within like half an hour of the conversation, I could openly tell you my emotions. But with men, it's like that's something that's harder to kind of get them to express. And usually it's a topic that they try to avoid and they cover it up with other type of topics to talk about. And even within their friends, mental health is not something that they talk about openly. So for women to be able to do that, but men not able to do that, it's always something that bothered me. And even with like my guy friends, like there are times where I've noticed something would be wrong and I would be like, if you're, you know, like we're here, if you want to hear us, like if you want someone to talk to. But it's not something that could be said so easily and be like, oh, we're here, and then go on doing our own thing. It's something that you have to be supportive of, and like even sometimes you have to be a silent support just to know, just for them to know that we're always going to be here if they want someone to talk to, and it's okay, and we're not going to judge them based on that. So I think that's one of the main things that I want to kind of promote, I guess, that you're not getting judged for your emotions, and it's okay to come out and talk about whatever issue you have.
So what can we expect at the event?
The event, I'm actually excited to see the event because first of all, the fact that it's coming out as a pageant is really nice because we've seen it done for women, and especially in our community, we already have that. But with Tamil men, that's not something you see. The only times I've seen men do a catwalk is maybe at like a bridal show. So the fact that this event is to promote different skills that they have, but at the same time come out dressed up, have different rounds for it, all those exciting things. I'm excited to see that.
I'm excited too, and I'm excited to see your pictures of the contestants. I know that they're doing a show as well. And you are taking the pictures for that as well.
I'll be there for that behind the scenes as well.
So thank you so much, Jenny, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being part of the event. Is there anything that you want to tell our viewers?
I think just look forward to all the exciting things we're doing with Mr. Tamil Canada, and we'll be posting all our updates on Facebook, Instagram, all social media, and also along with TET. So stay tuned. You're going to be really excited to see what we have in store.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
and we will see you again with all the other members of the team. Thank you.
Thank you.
So now we're back, and we just finished with Jenny's interview, and I have a panel of 3 amazing women with me today. This is Miru, Saisha, and Millie. Hi guys, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us on TET today. So we're talking about mental health. So can you guys, first of all, before we get deep into the conversation, why don't you guys introduce yourselves to the viewers who don't really know you? Well, I'm sure some of you are very known, but you know, a little recap.
Sure. So my name is Miru, and I am a personal trainer, and that is kind of the reason why this whole event was very appealing to me, and I thought that I would get involved in it. So that's just a little bit of background about myself.
Awesome. And Saisha?
Hi, my name is Saisha. So in school, my background is I did majors in neuroscience and psychology, where I felt that learning all about how the brain works and how people think and how to adapt to different people and their behaviors, that based off the Mr. Tamil organization, that there's different ways that we can treat each person. It's not the same way that you treat everyone. You can't generalize a person. So I hope to bring that forward and make it more aware that we need to be aware of how we interact with no matter who we are with, to help with this.
Awesome. And Millie?
And Millie from Crystal Makeup. So I will be doing the makeup on all of the lovely men. And I got involved because through makeup, through arts, and having myself and a lot of clients have gone through a lot of mental health issues. So I wanted to personally be able to contribute as much as I can and help change. And I thought this was a great event to start.
Awesome. So Mr. Tamil Canada is happening, and you guys are all a part of it. Do you guys think that this event will help create awareness? I know that's our main target, but how do you guys feel?
Personally, I think it's a start, and I think it's something that's needed, especially in our community. And I'm very happy that this focuses in on men. And the reason for that is I think because men in general grow up not really voicing their concerns. They're taught to not do that from a young age. So I think they're creating a platform where that's not allowed but encouraged, and I think that's so important because we have a lot of platform for women, and women are grown up, you know, they're allowed to kind of speak about their emotions, whereas men aren't. So they grow up kind of, you know, suppressing all of this, and it comes out in many other ways like substance abuse, suicide. We've had cases like that in the past. So I think this is a great event to kind of start the ball movement with the mental health.
And I feel like men, like the society teaches men to kind of suppress their feelings.
Exactly.
You have to be the breadwinner, and if you're not, that's also like creates like this like weakness within them, right?
It's a lot of pressure.
Yes.
And they're human beings at the end of the day, but there's different set of rules for men and women when it comes to expressing themselves, which is why I think this event, yes, absolutely will make a difference.
And what do you guys think that, like someone watching today, for example, they're battling it and they see these, you know, you guys, strong women talking about this, like what advice would you give them? Like, I know we're not like professionals, but like any even little advice can go a long way.
Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to call your friend or anonymously. There's so many helplines in Toronto, Canada, and actually worldwide. Don't be afraid. You're not the only one. Everyone goes through something, and I think a lot of times we're all heavily involved in social media, and that has a huge impact on our behaviors and depression. And I think if anyone is watching, and even if you're just feeling down or you just want coffee, no one is going to think any less of you by just saying, hey, I'm kind of feeling down today. Can we just go for a talk or a walk? And even just opening up a little bit will allow them to be like, okay, you know what, I think I need to speak more. And I think this event also opens up the door to be like, hey, these men are coming out and speaking. Why am I not speaking out? Maybe I should reach out a friend and bring more awareness that, especially in our community, you know, they have this thing, the ambula, or boys will be boys, to break that stigma and just be like, you know what, boys or like men or women, we all have to just reach out and ask for help.
Have, Saisha, anybody that you know went through depression or any anxiety issues?
I would say we as human, like everyone does, in their own level, and how we handle it, especially males versus females. Females just naturally, we're more vulnerable. We're more open to expressing our emotions. We're not afraid. And I think it's just the mentality of we rely on other humans, and typically males, if you're married, things like that, to kind of give you that support. But then now being the male in that relationship or in the family, you want to be that strong person. So you're scared to show that vulnerable side, especially if you're so used to being the breadwinner or the support system, so on and so forth. So yeah, I mean, we see it in the news every day. It's kind of scary how often it happens in today's day and age, especially within like the Indian culture and society. And it's something that we need to be able to tell everyone that it's okay, no matter what you are, to be vulnerable, to say that you need help, to ask for that support. Because no matter what, you have people that love and care for you. And it's a very low chance that you're going to get that no response. Somebody out there wants to see you be strong and be happy, but for the right reasons, not to just show a fake smile in the front and feel something internally. Be genuinely happy.
And I think we need to reach out to our friends too, right? Like if we're used to hearing from somebody all the time and, you know, we haven't heard from them lately, I think we need to start by, you know, checking up on them, right? Like what if they're so vulnerable that they can't pick up that phone and call? I think like each one of us needs to call up our friends and see how they're doing. And I think that it's a start, right? Starting from there. It's so cool how, you know, we're tying this to this amazing event. You know, we've never had a men's pageant before, especially in the Tamil community. So that's something to look out for. And I think the guys that are going to be on the panel, the contestants, it's definitely a boost for them as well, right? So what do you think about the contestants going through all that?
I think it's great. I think it's great that people actually put their hand up and said, yes, I'll take a stand for this. And I think it's, you know, it's necessary. It's great to see that. It gives us hope, right, as a community, that there are men out there who may have battled with it and are no longer trying to hide that. I think that is amazing in itself, and that just speaks volumes about how far we've come as well. So I think that should be noted with this event as well. So I think it's a great idea that they're doing this.
And what do you guys think about the event?
I think kind of piggybacking off of that, we're so used to seeing females in the limelight. They do photo shoots, they do pageants, all of that, but we never see men do anything like that. And sometimes you hear them be like, hey, like, why can't I do this? Right. But now it gives them that opportunity. And this is just a start for that. This is just the first year that this is happening. So it's great that these men already have come up to do this and volunteer themselves to be a part of this pageant and show off their strengths, show off their vulnerability, everything from the beginning till the end. And hopefully it encourages more men throughout the entire year and from here on end to stand up, be that resource for others that are going through any mental health issues, or even just open up themselves to help them.
Yeah, and I think then maybe next year we'll have double the amount of contestants where they're like fighting for the spot to be a part of this great event, right? So what advice would you like to give to our viewers today? It could be anything regarding mental health, just anything in general.
I would say, I think for, like you made a comment earlier about, I think we should be checking in on our friends. I think we need to also educate ourselves on what mental health is and what symptoms there may be of mental health in some of your friends, right? So I may not know what depression looks like or what anxiety looks like. I should do the research and educate myself so that when I see it in my friends, I can go and be that friend and, you know, ask what's going on, like, do you need, because when you're in that situation, it can be difficult. So I would say educate yourself on mental health. It's a real thing. I know a lot of people dismiss it and don't really think it's a real issue, but it is. It's a real issue. It's happening all over and more frequently now. So make sure that you educate yourself and find out what that is and what it looks like.
Okay. And you guys?
I would say just to be open to listening to anyone when you see that they are trying to open up to you. A lot of the time we're so used to being like, oh, you'll get out of it. Oh, you're okay. Just think positive. But sometimes that's not the way to react to somebody coming to you for help.
Oh, I have to stop you right there. When someone tells me to be positive, I lose it.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
I'm like, it's not easy, right?
Yeah. If someone triggers you to even think worse of yourself, because you're like, oh my gosh, no one understands me. I can't do this anymore, and then it results in the worst case scenarios, which you don't want. So I would always say just be open to listening, be that listening ear, let them say their piece, and try to see their perspective of things. Everyone's perspective is different. But yeah.
And Millie?
Just to basically add on to that, I know that whenever I go through stuff, people are like, oh, you have to be positive all the time, you have to be happy, but you don't know what a happy feeling is if you don't acknowledge your negative feelings as well.
Okay.
And so you have to know what your negative feelings are, deal with it, move on, and in order to be happy. So if we're always masking because everything looks so pretty on social media, we're not actually dealing with the sadness part of our life, and everyone goes through like ups and downs. So one thing I would tell everyone is, and I have a lot of clients that come in, they talk about their personal problems, and they always say, oh, it looks so amazing when they have such a good life. I'm like, why? Because social media, Instagram says it's a good life. So people have to distinguish that, and also, like she said, talk to your friends about it and know what depression is, and know what happy feeling is, what sad feeling is. I could be sad because the weather is bad. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm depressed, but there could be an underlying issue. So you have to know the difference between all of that. And if you are sad, it's okay to be sad.
Right.
Be sad for a day. Take the time. Watch Netflix. You don't have to be go productive all the time. And if you're not productive, if you don't have 10,000 followers or 20,000 followers, that doesn't mean that you're not doing as well. So I think people feel so pressured now these days, and that also leads into I'm not good enough anymore. And that's one of the main reasons is everyone feels like they're not good enough, and that trickles down. And so acknowledging every feeling that you're feeling as human emotions is very important.
That's good. I like that point. And I think something that I kind of tell myself, like I don't know if it works on everyone else, but I always kind of tell myself, okay, time will heal. Like you will kind of go through it. I know it's like seems like the worst thing right now, but time will eventually heal. And I kind of keep telling myself that. So that's something that like helps me when I'm feeling down. But of course, everyone works different ways. So hopefully like someone watching, if we could even help that one person, right? That makes a huge difference. So thank you so much, ladies. Thank you for being a part of this great cause. And I will see you guys at the pageant.
Yes.
So you guys can give, say bye to our viewers.
Bye.
So there you have it, TET viewers. I have the co-founders standing behind me, Mr. Ravi and Mr. Viloshan, and I have the supporting team behind Mr. Tamil Canada. So make sure you guys come out and support us on June 1st as we tackle the stigma behind mental health awareness. So we will see you on another special interview. It's me, Suyo, signing off. Bye.